Hello everyone, this is part number 15. It's time to finish the vanilla game, basically stop Loghoren summoning. I hope for some lucky drops as well. We're gonna start finding basically legendary components. First I'm gonna pop up my ointment, my devils. This area, most of the monsters here, they are pretty cold resistance, so I'm not gonna deal with much of them. I'm gonna try just to move forward, stick to the objectives. There is a hero spawn I want to kill. He is very resistant to cold. It's gonna take a while, but after I apply all of my resistance shreds abilities, he's gonna be not so tanky. This is on level. Now we have to decide what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna place 1 point here just for extra damage. And next step's gonna be probably Arcanist. So either I'm gonna soft cap nullification for a little bit more utility, or I can put big damage. So this one, usually 6 out of 10 is before the diminishing returns start to apply. Usually this skills gives 3% per level. Now it's gonna start to give 2, and usually 6 out of 10 is the best benchmark for this skill. I'm gonna leave it like that probably, but I'm gonna pick basically Overward is a good investment right now because it's gonna give me extra ether resistance and extra offensive ability. So basically it's a win-win. We take one big hit here. This is normal. This is a normal savage totem. But from now on, totems is gonna be very profitable. We look for a Seal of the Skies and Seal of Corruption as a weapon and offhand components. Usually you don't want to spend time in this area. This area is not very cold damage friendly. As you can see, apart from the ethereals, I basically one-shot most of them. But all of the yetis and that kind of stuff give me a hard time. here. We're gonna kill the third and last guardian. Bismil. That pants, basically a pet pants, comes with pet bonuses and stuff. I think this is the least useful one. Even as a pet build, I never use it. It has to be some crazy suffix or affix. I hope they're gonna buff this, make them a little bit more viable, because they're really far behind compared to Drake and Solisle. This guy is not very dangerous, honestly. I'm gonna nullify him. Gonna pop up mirror so I can face tank for a little bit. Actually, Prismatic of the Wild. This is, I think, of the Wild is a pet suffix. And actually, if you play pet build, this is not bad pants, generic ones. But still, I think there is a better options at this level. Don't bother to kill Mad Queen. It's gonna be very hard battle. Especially I have some serious AoE damage. I'm gonna trigger her aura pretty often. And I'm not ready to pick this fight. Not at my current gear and stuff. This is Trozan Shrine. This is an endgame quest. If I manage to find endgame gear, I'm probably gonna test him and try kill him with this build. This boss is very cold resistant. It's not impossible to kill him, but you're gonna spend some time. I'm gonna nullify myself. He plays kinda few dangerous debuffs on me. There is a totem that I miss. I'm gonna go back. I definitely want. Especially now when I have a chance for endgame components. We got meditation and some useless stuff. Bad luck for now. Kaiman's Trozan deals significantly more damage than Dead's Vigil. That's one of the reasons I avoid to pick them as an enemy. But sometimes necessary. Another cask. The problem with this cask is very often comes with physical prefix suffix, because as I explained in Grim Dawn there is something like smart loot. Items that got physical or whatever damage as a implicit, it's very likely for it to roll the same as a prefix and suffix, which is kinda nice because supports target farming instead of some random stuff. You got basically whatever you need in a couple of runs instead of farming like crazy. I'm gonna skip the secret devotion here. It's gonna ask for a rare component. I'm not one to, especially when I have finished my devotion path, I prefer not to pay rare materials. If you have this kind of an anxiety and you want everything on the map to be clear, you can pay it, it's personal preference. I don't mind if on my map there is a few dots crossed like this, but some people don't like it, they want to finish it immediately. This is Forsaken, there is a few bad spawns, there is a corrupted and diseased. We have to maintain distance. These guys, they like to entrap you and charge next to you. This was a pretty bad. I take just next from the whole effort that I put. But sometimes RNG is very unrewardable. And this one actually was a hard totem. And game just give me baby version of Nex, which is actually pretty nice set. Nex and Orthos is a pretty good hybrid set for a Saboteur. But usually I don't like such a set for a playthrough because I have to play something different, and Sabo is very hard to be placed together. During leveling, I mean. I prefer to have a MI support as early as possible. That's how I feel the campaign much smoother, instead of waiting 90 levels until I find what I need. It's not impossible to play Sabo. You're gonna mix some stuff. Basically cold and fire damage. Here, you want to be careful. This guy deals scalings very well at ultimate. He's completely joke at normal, but at ultimate he's very dangerous. Damage scales very well. I'm gonna nullify him. I'm gonna place up mirror so I can face tank for a while. I am out of defensive, so I have to kite. You don't want to get hit by few of his attacks. You're gonna end up dead. His damage ramping. Never underestimate this guy. Normal version of this guy and ultimate version completely different. At the moment you underestimate him is gonna be the moment that you're gonna see the gray screen and you have to make another character. Especially if he has a double triple rare weapon. So actually this one is nuts. We have encounters, which is basically an elemental prefix, but a rare one. That comes with tons of elemental damage, flat elemental damage and tons of percentage elemental damage. And on top of that he's gonna have a proc as well. Time to revive Malkadar. Again, another dangerous quest. It's good to be prepared. Especially comes with few undeads and stuff. And undeads is not in our favor. Especially revenants. Watch out for Noveria. This guy is basically mini version of Kyrian. You have to be careful. He's gonna use close to same pattern. And here is Noveria. There is a reflective mob I have to place. That was pretty close. I got all the reflect. I have to nullify. And Noveria, if you maintain your distance, not gonna be that deadly. But again, pretty dangerous quest. Especially when you're all reflective. You can see how I basically kill myself. Malkadar is ready. Probably I'm not gonna pick the last quest. They want to find Uruburuk. I'm not interested in doing this. I don't go to East Marsh. At least not right now. I'm gonna hit revert anyways. So I'm gonna leave it like this. It's a pretty annoying quest. And I'm gonna move to Fort Ilken for the next part. I need Black Legion's reputation badly, so I'm probably gonna aim for the whole quest line, which gonna put me in danger. I have to do emulation, which is not very cool. Okay. Time for another 2 points in Overlord. I need these criticals because my relic proc based on critical. And that's a nice boost to my damage. Half of the time I'm gonna apply this elemental imbalance. That's gonna boost my elemental damage by significant amount. And I'm gonna have this 50% of the time according to the recharge time. I don't like this quest, it's gonna ruin my homestead reputation. I didn't buy any augments. I'm gonna fix this really quick, but still this quest is very controversial. Anyways, Port Alcan Armory comes with a lot of chests, a pretty dense area. It's nice for farming reputation and infamy. If you want to fight Valdaran, this is the right place, because very short you have boss at the end as well. It's much better than Creek Slab. The only downside is you don't receive any crystals here, which can be kinda deal breaker. Because if you farm Creek Slab, you're gonna receive, if you do the full lap plus transit, you're gonna receive 30 plus, which is not bad at all. Here we go, Lucius. At first place he's not very dangerous, just try to move, not get hit by everything. He's gonna summon his Thunder, be sure you avoid it. That's this devastation. There is nothing wrong to do the battle safely, sorry. We don't aim for speed. I don't mind to spend extra 10 seconds, 15 seconds, but being alive at the end. This is first check if your build is okay. Usually this guy, they wait you directly at the door. Sometimes they charge at you immediately. I lost just 30% of my life bar, so I think I'm pretty stable at the moment. As a gear and build in general performs very well. Of course I have to be careful. It's still a glass cannon, I can't take massive damage like most of the tank builds. I have to watch out. I have nice crowd control abilities. Also this place is a minefield, you have to watch out as well for the mines. You don't want to get... Basically you have to watch your steps. Other thing that you don't want to face at this point is Locksmith. Locksmith is a natural hardcore killer and he is absolutely counter to my build. If he strips all of my auras, I am a dead man, definitely. I have to place mirror immediately and I think he is here. I have this feeling. He has a 50% chance to spawn. It's not guaranteed. And he spawned only the ether area over here. I'm not gonna test my luck. I'm gonna move forward. I don't feel confident to face him. He's over here. I can't see him, so probably we got lucky. Or maybe I think this is the wrong location for him. He's not that close to the rift. So probably I misunderstood the map. He's over here. Yeah, he's over here. I can see it, the ether area. If he spawns, of course. But just to know, stay away if you are not confident. Again, here we approach the map at the same way. I prefer to fight Tyrios, especially when I'm with the Dead's Vigil as a friends. Catonics, usually they possess the west part of the map. I want the crystals. There is a captains that I want to kill. They drop some nice MIs that I'm looking for, according to make my life easier. I'm gonna skip this tomb. I don't want the devotion point. This is a normal thing. I usually don't approach these secret areas at ultimate. We got resistance shred. We have to be careful. Watch out your debuffs. If it's necessary, nullify yourself. Because actually debuffs kills you in Green Dawn. If you get stacked a lot of debuffs and damage on top. Like now. I got debuffed by the Harbinger, which is one of the nastiest debuff in Grim Dawn. And usually you don't want to fight with several mobs when you have this on top of your head. It's a very risky business. That's why I nullify myself. Every second matters in Grim Dawn. That's the debuff. Spectrum basically is a resistance shred. And some dot damage as well. I'm gonna nullify again. This is the moment that I port back. Take care of the quests. Another point spirit. And here is a very tricky part. Anasteria is gonna be like Nemesis at this point. And definitely I can lose my character over there if I don't have enough damage to burst her down. Probably I have to pop up cluster. But let's see how it's gonna be. I'm gonna nullify her just in case. And I'm gonna land my cooldowns properly. I'm gonna use mirror at this point. And I'm gonna use cluster. So I can basically tank the devastation. She's gonna spam this. Usually if you approach this battle, be sure you have a cluster. It's gonna save your life. Mirror plus cluster is gonna give you around, let's see, 11 seconds. If you land them properly. 11 seconds of immortality basically. But I never like outcast, so usually I always kill her. Black Legion reputation is much important. Again, spirit dump. At this point I think my physique is totally enough. There is no legit way to bump DA on a druid. Unfortunately, you don't receive any from the masteries. And stacking DA is impossible. That's why I better stack damage. Physique dump's not gonna provide enough anyways. Also, if you plan to deal with John Bourbon's quest, which I don't plan to on this build. John Bourbon's quest is basically John Bourbon is the easiest celestial. You can do it in a MIs and faction gear. It's not dangerous enough. I prefer to showcase better boss fights. Bourbon clones is a pretty straightforward. I believe there is no person that can deal with them. I am ready with the quest, but I stayed just for some Tonic Seals farming. I am already here. Here is the storm card in this room over here. It's a nice elemental weapon, basically lighting. But it's gonna be essential if you plan to do John's Bourbon for a achievement or something. Which reminds me, there is an announcement. Grim League Season 7 started 19th of October. But I probably gonna join the league at 20. I'm not gonna manage at the first day, unfortunately. This is gonna be my first time that I'm gonna miss the opening. But I definitely gonna spend few hours at 20th of October. Okay, we manage. And time for emulation. I don't recommend usually this quest in hardcore, but I'm gonna show you how to do it properly. Druid has advantage here. I have mirror. and mirror is totally enough to pass the damage. So for example, I'm gonna pop up mirror in the middle, like now, and I'm gonna take the safe path. You can wait for the next mirror basically if you want, or you can just use clusters. It's personal preference. At the moment my health regen's pretty big, 400 without the procs, so I'm sure I'm gonna be safe. And this is actually this was pretty close. I pop up giant and go as well, sorry. So I did a mistake. I have to wait for the mirror. Here, basically don't stay on top of the ether ground, like I did, and move fast. Boss itself is not very hard, but just the area is very dangerous. You can have some bad spawns as well. And definitely you don't want to fight Valdaran here if you're nemesis with them. This is gonna be a pretty tough, because he has this ability to swap places with you. Let's kill the Yats. Definitely take care of the crystals as well. This boss uses same mechanic as you. He summons Trozans. I'm gonna pop up mirror, finish him off. There is a treasure room here with guaranteed dynamites at few chests. Depends on your luck. I'm definitely going for that. But in general, if you can avoid it, just avoid this area. It's not worth it, usually. The only thing that you get is a reputation, because this is the final quest from the quest line. I'm not gonna click this totem. Sounds like a death warrant. Mystic of Protection. Mine is better, I get Redeemer. Bad Armor. Mighty of Prose, not for us. At this point I don't think I'm gonna need the Slit Primal Ring anymore. I'm gonna sell it. Sell the rest of the gear. I don't need this and this. I don't need this cask anymore. I'm gonna keep these Eastern gloves. This is a nice roll. This is in previous of Fallen Skies. Comes with cold damage and nice cold proc, which gonna help me a lot. And actually this armor cover all of my pierce and poison needs. But I have to dump a lot of physique from now on, which I'm not sure I want. This is Rime Frost of Frostbite. Actually, that comes with a lot of damage. But still thinks mine is better. Let's test. I'm gonna keep it because It's a pretty nice row. But definitely a very good find. In previous, a Fallen Sky is gonna help me a lot. But it's too much physique dump. That's kinda disappointing. But is what it is.
It appears that
There is a totem. Let's see, Forsaken. It's gonna be painful. I'm gonna place my totem and try my luck. Actually not a bad spawn. My worst nightmare with this build is Oppressors and Harbingers in general. Northern card left's probably over here. Okay. We remove the seal. Directly port. Don't bother yourself to walk in. You can just straightforward teleport. Here at the crypt there is two major objectives. There is a desecrated shrine and there is a guaranteed totem as well. This is the things that we look, and the last objective, there is a mini boss, keeper of the gate or something like this. That's too much debuffs, but I'm gonna survive, I think. It's not a big deal. At this point I have to look for utility, so I'm gonna soft cap my nullification as a last line of defense. Yeah, definitely is gonna be better for me. Bloodlord Talon is gonna be a hard fight. He is a humanoid, so he's gonna be very small as a hitbox. So definitely I'm not gonna have benefit from my Trozan shotgun. That spawn's not ideal. I'm gonna avoid this guy's slum. And that's profit. Let's soft cap nullification for a better utility. And let's open your eyes for the totem. I got hated with the tonics, it's gonna end up with extra spawns. Actually, it's Guardian of the Gate, it's pretty much the same. He is a poison user. I'm gonna remove all of these debuffs. I have better cooldown now, so I'm gonna use nullification pretty often. And after the soft scap, I'm gonna use it all the time. Remove dangerous stuff from me or the enemy. That was pretty dumb of my side. I basically take 3 or 4 of the slums. And this is thankfully not a very dangerous weapon. Here is the totem. It can be on this floor or the previous one, but you have it definitely, one guarantee. As well, you want to clear a little bit. You don't want to fight so much guys once. And with... because this is a Forsaken. There is a Harbinger, be careful. I'm not sure what I got, I pick everything very fast, but I'm gonna check what I got when I kill Loghoren. Yeah, time for Bloodlord Talonis. I'm gonna nullify. I'm pretty sure there is nothing to nullify. He used Curse of Frailty, so be careful. He is mainly deals Vitality and Chaos, which I am pretty sure I am okay with. Just be sure you don't get hit by everything that this guy gives. He's basically AoE user, so not so much single target damage, but he can be pretty dangerous if your resistance not very well capped, over capped I mean, because he uses Curse of Frailty that drops I think 25. But your main concern is Vitality and Chaos. And it's time for Loghoren. Usually pretty straightforward battle. Don't stay on the pulse, avoid the Sunder. And you're gonna be okay. This is the Sunder, you can avoid it basically just walking. You don't have to dodge, this is very slow mechanic. Most of the stuff's gonna die by your passive damage. These heroes, they are pretty weak. You can land them together and get rid of them. Okay, we got Sundered, I'm gonna remove it. I want to continue fighting instead of kiting. Again. He is very tanky at this point. It's endgame. Not endgame, but you finish the campaign here, so that's pretty much. Damage wise, he's not so dangerous. Even if I got Sundered, I'm not sure if he's gonna have enough damage to kill me. But still I prefer to avoid. He is just very slow, can't apply so much damage in a short time. I'm gonna remove the Sunder. No point to nullify him, there is nothing. He deals again mostly poison, chaos and vitality. But this is pretty much everything from this fight. Pretty straightforward. Just keep moving and you're gonna be okay.
You've returned. So our great moment of triumph. Good, you're back. I struggle to admit. You see the Luminari.
Excuse, my father and I were part.
Yeah.
And let's see what we got along the way. And I'm gonna end up the episode when I get rid of the useless stuff. This is Eternal Band. I'm gonna keep it. It's probably a potential upgrade. This is not bad cold base boots. And I think I'm gonna keep it. This is upgrade as well. Because I don't need so much chaos resistance anymore. So I can drop some in terms of damage. Thunderstruck of Spines. Not amazing, honestly. Nice resistances, but still mine's better, I think. It's gonna fix my stun resistance. I'm gonna keep it for now. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna use it. But still, it's good to have it around. Definitely no.
See you around. You see anything you like? See you around.
Thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna end up the episode here. In the next one we're gonna delve in the Coven. But this gonna be in the next one, so thanks again. See you in the next one.